Before we get started, guys, I made a book, a best-selling book called Take Your Power Back Now, How to Overcome Your Resistance to Creating a Life That You Love. You can get it today at the link here just above the video. And the book is specifically about my process, how I overcame my own internal resistance. It's sneaky. Anyways, you can check out my book. You can pick it up, get the ebook version today if you click that link. So, when it comes to managing pressure, right? Because you're growing, you're learning new skills as an entrepreneur. You're always going to be evolving and learning how to do new things. And we all know that, you know, to evolve and to do new things requires pressure, right? There's a saying, no pressure, no diamonds. And the big fear that I see a lot of women face is, well, how do I manage all of this business growth with the competing demands that I have from my kids, my family life? You know, I don't want my business to like overtake everything. Or there's a fear there that, you know, when they were successful in the past, this bad thing is going to happen again. And it's kind of like this fear of success, right? And it's real. Like, this is a real thing, and I get it. But what you don't need is more added pressure on top of this new up-leveling that you're going through. And this is about specifically the disapproving, the beating up, you know, the beating yourself up because you're not there yet. This is what we call like the ego, right? It tries to protect you using fear of failure. It can show up as in, you know, how come that person has it and I don't? What's wrong with me? How come I'm still not doing the sales the way I should be? Well, how come my ad's still not working? And it's like this added pressure on yourself. That's what I want to address today because it's unnecessary. And there's a way for you to completely sidestep it. And that's what I want to address with you guys here today. Because the best thing that you can do for yourself while you're in these growth phases is to not create more pressure or more disturbance or controversy. And the way that you stop doing that is by working with the laws, right? So here at Take Your Power Back Now, whether you join, you know, our 10K and 30-day online mastermind, it's an 8-week boot camp, or our year-long elite bikini business coach program, we really focus on abundance principles, the laws of creation. And the law states your concept of self, your concept of yourself, is what actually brings the opportunities, the clients, the money. So by working with the laws, what you really want to do is create a concept of yourself first. So let's say you're in this coaching thing, you've done a certification program, and now it's time for you to start marketing and selling yourself, all right? So that requires you to be visible, making videos, making offers, not safe, you know. Now we're looking at all of your previous beliefs around worthiness, deservingness, salespeople. All of that has to be reorganized if you're going to be successful. Otherwise, your old beliefs about yourself as a business owner person is what starts to express. If you really want to get into, you know, how to identify resistance and move through it, you can pick up a copy of my book, Take Your Power Back Now. The link is here above the video. The link is vanessabook.com. So yesterday I did an interview with a recent graduate of our 10K and 30-day mastermind, and she had outstanding results. Like, I'm so curious. She generated $17,000 in sales in her first 30 days. Totally outstanding. She was a psychic and had done a lot of courses before joining ours. She was disappointed with the results. And I asked her, like, so what was the big difference? You know, what really, you know, allowed you to thrive? What was it? What was it about the program? Like, I'm generally curious. And she said, you know, the mindset piece that we worked on, my worthiness and deservingness, my beliefs about myself. She said, even my husband noticed that I'm showing up differently, you know, at home in our relationship. And again, creating these concepts of self, you know, so that's the name of the game. The name of the game is to, let's give you an example. And let me know if you guys have any questions about this. I love to talk about mindset. This is really where the rubber hits the road. You know, a new concept, let's say you're working on sales, for example, and you're not having successful sales conversations. Well, make a new concept of yourself. I'm really, really good at this enrolling thing. Or, you know, if you're working on marketing yourself and you're overwhelmed with online technology, I'm really, really good at this marketing and sales thing. I'm a badass social media marketer. Or, you know, it's okay for me to learn as I grow. If you want to create a belief about yourself and create some space for yourself to actually make some mistakes along the way to getting it right. If you are, let's say, and I've done this throughout my entire career, every different portion or piece is to really stop and take account of what I'm creating. It requires radical responsibility, right? Working with the laws, whatever your subconscious mind accept, it must express. And then creating a new concept of myself. Who would I have to be if I wanted to get that? And taking enough time to install on a regular basis. So who do you have to be in order to get your goal is a great question. Who do you have to be in order to get your goal? And then instead of just blindly rushing and pressurizing yourself, stop and create a new concept, a new belief about yourself. I'm really, really good at this marketing and sales thing. You know, it's safe for me to be visible and make offers every day. I'm enrolling everybody I speak to on the phone. I'm irresistible to my ideal client, right? This is how you remove the added pressure of beating yourself up, disapproving of yourself as you're in this process of learning. And while this new concept of yourself becomes cemented in your subconscious mind, this is a law, I didn't make it up. You know, your subconscious beliefs must express themselves. That state, when you move into action in your business from that internal state, you're going to show up in a much different way. You're going to show up with a lot less pressure on yourself. And the other thing we covered yesterday, you know, I get a lot of questions. I'm really an open book for my clients. I show up on these live Q&As. They go for about 2 hours every week. Every week, my clients get to actually talk to me. And they ask me, you know, sometimes really personal questions like, how do you, you know, yesterday we talked about this. How do you manage, you know, all of the pressure? And, you know, what I tell them is I could be in this like fake conversation with myself and somebody as I'm working through some, you know, issue, or I could move back into the state of I already am this now. I already have this now. I already am this now. And then all of the internal pressure goes away. You can feel it in your body. And then how I show up to deal with that problem is, you know, it's never the way I think it's going to be. It's never as tumultuous. That's just me creating more controversy over here instead of moving into the state of I already am this, I already have this, and allowing that state of being to enter into action. Very kind of fine distinction here. So again, by the way, guys, if you really want to deep dive, if you're noticing that, you know, you're trying to grow and there's something fishy going on, you know, pick up a copy of my book. You will love it. I get emails all the time from women who say, even though some of the women on our ads comment, you know, I read this thing in 4 hours. Thank you for writing this book. Pick up a copy and you'll learn about how to overcome the resistance to creating the life and business that you want. You have to become a conscious creator. You have to become aware of your states of being. And I cover some great techniques in the book. So to wrap it up, we all know that learning new skills, you know, up-leveling, learning sales, copywriting, marketing, hiring people, it's going to create pressure. That's just the normal part of growth. But we also know that you don't have to put any more added pressure, right? And the way to do that is by creating new concepts of yourself. The question to ask yourself is, who do I have to be in order to get my goal? Taking a moment and creating a new concept, install. How do you impregnate subconscious mind with repetition, feeling, and visualization?